Hello, MonstersAbound, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 21 of my Clan Skryre Campaign, which again is not the first time I've recorded this. So I won't ruin the surprise and tell you why I'm recording this just yet, but you know, you'll find out in a bit. So we're attacking Castle Carcassonne. Yarg has done a number on these walls. Look at this. Holy shit. That, of course, means we can now just fire directly in through the walls into these foot squires. They don't like that. But then they've got stupid haircuts, so screw them. Also, they don't have shields. They've strapped their shields to their back so they can hold their swords better. Frankly, I think shields would probably be... I mean, I don't know how effective shields would be against bullets. I'm assuming not very. But, I feel like it's, you know, better than nothing. You know, better than just standing there with your sword two-handed and hoping for the best. So we're taking a little bit of fire here. I mean, poor old Thyrus, he's getting shot at a lot. He's doing his best, but he's getting shot at. The Warblock Jezzails are trying to pick off these paladins and this damsel up on the wall over here. We've knocked out these archers because they're being a pain in the arse. So we've done that. We sent a little menace below. I was trying to get them to like blob up in front of the... I was considering dropping a nuke on them. I was considering that, but I thought, you know what? I don't need the nuke. You know? I don't need it right now. I can live without it. So we're just going to move up with rattling guns and try and get them to fire on through the gap in the wall here. That should work out quite well. Foot squires continue to die horribly, or nobly, depending on your point of view. And there is the Fey Enchantress, like, floating around. Is that not just a little bit weird? Like the way she just like bobs up and down like a loon. She got weird like lightning eyes now. Is that a thing? You got lightning eyes? You look like you got lightning eyes. That's a bit weird. Why have you got lightning eyes? It's a little bit creepy. Don't like it. So she's bobbing up and down. I mean that. If she bobs over people's heads, they can see right up her dress. And that. I don't understand. What? Like just walk. If you're going to bob up and down, do it just above the ground. You know, don't go full bobbing. You know, like you're a balloon, just tied to some string, so they can just pull you around. Ow! Talking about. So, Fey Enchantress has been knocking out some, but she has been picking on our clan rats, which is absolutely fine because that's what they're there for. The clan rats are basically there to soak up fire from the missile units that would take on the weapon teams. The two bringers Warfight over here have already taken quite a lot of damage, but actually haven't lost many of their numbers, so that's fine. If we can just try and keep them safe, that would be great. Do you think they like the Fey Enchantress, when she goes to anywhere, does she like get like someone to just pull her around on a bit of string? That would be the most undignified entrance. That's why I like to put her on a unicorn as quickly as possible, mostly because like I don't know whether they fix this, but in the diplomacy screen she also bobs up and down if you have the 3D portraits. So like it just looks mad. A what? Sorry? That's too French for me. Couldn't understand it.
Come on, lads! Get stuck in!
Yeah, you're not really getting stuck in, you're getting shot at. So another menace from below trying to pull these units into the firing line so my rattling gunners can get their stuff done. But eventually I will lose my patience and just send in the clan rats to die horribly. It looks like the Warblock Jezzails are actually getting some work done here. This paladin is taking some fire. The damsel's rather more smartly hidden behind a knobbly bit. I know what they're called. Well, no, I don't know what they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But you know what? I don't need reminding. It's fine. They're knobbly bits. That's the technical term for them. Knobbly bits. If I had a castle, I would call them the knobbly bits. I would say, excuse me, Mr. Architect, can I please have some more knobbly bits on my towers? Because I like the knobbly bits. For defensive purposes. Or something like that. So, the Grey Knights are getting shot up. They've been doing... I mean, it must be a real bummer, mustn't it? To, like, go on your Grail quest. It must take years. And then you get shot at and killed. When your head comes off. By some lunatic rats armed with miniguns. That would just be the worst death, wouldn't it? That would be deeply unfortunate. We do have some men at Armed Pullman here, and I really want to light them up, but unfortunately the Doombringers just can't get a good angle on this. This is becoming a real struggle. So what we're going to do, we're just going to bring in the infantry and just kill them the old-fashioned way, because it's just a little bit easier. Ah, we have actually managed to get a nice angle on the Grail Knights. There we go. They're not having a good time now. It's just a bit finicky. They just don't seem to... don't quite get the proper angle. And occasionally you tell them to fire and they wander off. Or you've got them in a perfect position and they don't auto-fire. So then you tell them to fire on the unit and they do. So you kind of have to just be a little bit careful. There we go. That's better. I mean, not for the Grail Knights, obviously. That is terrible for them. They've killed... well, they've actually killed... well, they've killed 96 because they've been killing clan rats. But I'm going to be honest, Grail Knights... a Grail Knight in exchange for a clan rat is not really the best exchange rate. Grail Knights actually coming out to try and attack us, and unfortunately just end up dying horribly. And in come the clan rats surging into the city. Got quite a large blob of infantry in front of the gate, which is of course smashed open. But in come the Plague Monk Centre Bearers. We've also got clan rats. There's the Van Vulcan's Tail Slashers, the flamey swords. And we're charging in to deal with this lot. We've got lots of... here we go, clan rats surging in. Now this is fine, generally. And eventually we should chop our way through this. But what would really help, is some rat ogres. So we're going to bring the rat ogres in and try and get a nice flanking attack. We've got a little avenue here which we can use. Just come surging down that hill. So we need to get our rat ogres into the city. The Warp Fire Throwers are taking pot shots at this paladin, who has only 390 health left. I mean, they are doing some damage, but it's not a huge amount. But they're doing their best. Over here, Thyrus has engaged some enemy knights. We've got some Pegasus Knights here as well. Pegasus Knights have quite good charge, but they're not really... they've got terrible melee attack and defense. So you don't really want to leave them in combat. Here come the rat ogres, my favourite boys. I love these lads. But then I've got a love of shock cavalry. I don't use them enough. It's because generally they're not the best option. They're not the best option, but they do make a big impact when you do use them. So here come our rat ogres. Oh, glorious. Absolute carnage. These peasants were not expecting that. To get brutally mauled by some steroid buffed rat ogre mutants. So this is absolute carnage. There's rat ogres and peasants dying all over the place. It's hilarious. I love it. Anything where Bretonnian peasants get airborne is good in my book. Just love the way rat ogres uppercut peasants and they just go flying in the air. Or explode, you know, one of the two. So absolute carnage here. It just reminds me of Minotaurs, I think. I do love Minotaurs. Over here we're getting the upper hand as we swarm the enemy. The Enchantress is trying to take on Thyrus. Oh, it's brave. He has lost a lot of health. The Doom Wheel is not a very good mount option, in my opinion. It's fine, but it's basically a chariot. And to be honest, I think there's probably better options than chariots to... whoa. The Enchantress just got blatted. Weren't floating then, were you? Get a Thyrus. Just being punted around.
They flee. We run.
Just sort of pushing her. Off she goes. Bye. Oh, she got left behind. Never mind. Well, the point is that all of the Bretonnians have died horribly. And the city is now completely under our control. But do we want to keep it or not? That's the question. I'll tell you what.
Fight me. You die, see?
Being an internet sensation is not as easy as it looks. Yes, you know, you've got the money, you've got the power, you've got the super yacht in the Med. You've got all that, but sometimes you have to re-record episodes just like this one because I actually blew up the forest again. And apparently the game didn't like it, because it crashes every time the forest explodes. So we're recording this again to see if actually I can blow up the forest without it crashing horribly. So Tharos has killed the Fey Enchantress, I got Witchfinder General. And we've got just, how many turns? 3 turns to go. 3 turns until the forest explodes, and hopefully the game doesn't crash. Fingers crossed. Oh, cut the tension with a knife.
Master Engineer.
Thyros, we're going to give you Crack's Call. The reason I'm going to give you that is because it's a nice damaging spell, and we could probably use it. Let's get defences here. I want defense. We're getting defences there. That's good. Okay, 3 turns. We need to be ready to deal with that. I also, last time, the black. Well, I think the because now I've destroyed the forest twice and had to record that. This destroying the forest is cursed. It's fighting back and doing it in ways, unexpected ways. The forest moves in unexpected ways, and crashing my game and breaking my bloody recording software is just 2 of them apparently. So it's desperately trying to hold on. We will destroy it though. It will burn, and I hate wood elves even more. I just
Slicey, dicey death.
hate the bastards. I really do. Let's get meat shield. Ooh, do you want meat shield? Hang on, how many bombs have we got? 3 bombs. Okay, that's plenty of bombs.
Flay and slay.
Plenty of bombs. So let's get meat shields. That's going to give us some more missile resistance and armor for characters on Doom Wheels. It's also going to give us the modulated Doom Wheel assembly kit, which reduces recruitment for Doom Wheel units, recruit rank, and recruit duration, which is an interesting magic item. Also, who designed this and why did they think it was useful? Because surely by the time you get to this, the likelihood is you're not going to get more than a couple of Doom Wheels in any army, really, are you? You're not going to go whole hog. I mean, yes, I guess you could go full Doom Wheel, but realistically, are you going to do that? Is that going to be a little bit OTT? You know, is that many Doom? And let's face it, Doom Wheels are effectively chariots. And chariots need a lot of micromanagement. I don't know how anyone could micromanage 20 Doom Wheels without just losing their mind. Just becoming a babbling wreck. Just snaps their psyche like a twig. Because I, you know, more than a couple of chariots does that to me. An entire stack of the fucking things? That's insane. So why would you need that? That magic item is basically something I guess you could give it to a general and recruit the Doom Wheels slightly quicker, but why would you? And then you'd have to remember to equip it and then de-equip it. It's just an odd magic item. Like if it gave, you know, Doom Wheels extra charge bonus and attack bonus or something. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see the point in that. But recruiting? Why? What? Why? Just why? It's making me slightly angry, actually. You can probably hear it. I'm getting quite angry about this because I just don't understand what it's for. Because I don't understand it, it enrages me. So a little bit angry about that, but never mind. We're gonna push through that, and we're going to. Do you want to upgrade this? You know what? Okay, I need walls there. We have defences here.
Get your paws off.
Let's get the breeding pits. I would like defensive. Yeah, we need to upgrade this. This is all fine. This is no problem. This should be fine. We're getting walls at this place. Just in case the Bretonians decide to move a force in this direction, but hopefully they won't. Grimhold. Sure, let's upgrade that. And then end the turn. Hopefully without it crashing. Fingers crossed. Thing is, I'm not using any mods at the moment, so this is pure vanilla. And I very rarely have crashes in vanilla. Usually it's mods' fault. And you know, they're changing folders. They're trying to make changes to the same folder or files, and it breaks. And that's, you know, understandable. But I've had a couple of crashes, but not many. So bit of an odd one. I might send the save game to CA just to go, what? what's going on here, just to find out. I mean, on the other hand, I did jump my armies into the forests and had completely forgotten that I was at war with Orion. And that led to Thyrus' army coming under attack by Orion. And it was a tough battle. It was winnable, but very, very tough. So at least I'll remember that I'm not at war with him this time. And, you know, I can imagine, because there was a point where I looked around the forest and went, am I at war with any of these? No. If that made it into the video, people would have lost their shit. But fortunately, not going to happen. Because, you know, unless I told you about that, it didn't happen. I played as far as... until I obviously outed myself. As far as you were concerned, I aced that last episode. It was amazing. Right up into the explosion of the forest. Kemmler. No. No deal for you, because I'm going to kill you. You're just a creepy old man, to be honest. You're a bit like the advisor in many ways. You're both weird, you're both old, you're both creepy, and you both smell a bit like wee.
Make this quick fast, I'm busy.
Oh look, it's Kemmler's friend. No, because you're both dead, basically. Once I've destroyed the forests for the third time's the charm, though, really, I will then sweep up Bretonnia and kill the lot of you. My ambush fails. I'm just going to force resolve that one. So that's Paravon dead. Good. I'll take the food, I guess. Thanks, guys. It's nice when lunch, you know, comes to you, isn't it? And it has, which is good. So we're going to sweep through Bretonnia up to the north. Oh, look, the Black Venom declared war on me. Yes, well, not the end of the world. We can sort that little problem out. It's by the dwarves as well. Yep, the dwarves have invited the Black Venom to declare war on us, and they went, sure, yeah, no problem. Paravon is dead. Ulysses. Oh, we've got Ekrund. Interesting. Okay, bunch of people dead who I don't care about because they're smelly humans. And we are now going to scooch over here through Spineport, up to Mornington Crescent, and straight on till morning. Or Carrick-Herne. Either way. Thyrus, you've got a skill point, like that a lot. Good work. Let's go for Inspiring Presence, because I would like you to be a little bit more shooty. If we could manage that, that would be great. And kind of... do I go over here and kill dwarves? No. I need to prep, don't I? Let's head to Paravon. Head you over there. Need to get... I'm a little bit concerned that... Last time Bretonnia attacked Quinelles before it got walls, so we're just going to sit here. Or do we try and scare them off? Actually, if we try and scare them off, I think that'll work. We could build... How much is that going to cost? It would take 10 turns to pay back. Is it realistically going to take more than 10 turns before we go and sweep through Bretonnia? Probably not. So I'm going to leave that because it just won't... because I'm going to take Brionne. And at that point, the Undercity will be destroyed, so I won't actually get any benefit from it. So won't worry too much about that. Zvorak, you will have defences in one turn. Carrick-Herne does sort of have defences. Grimhold needs defences. Paravon is probably fine. Yeah, he's alright. Public order, not too bad. Could be worse. Yarg, I think we're going to head you in this direction, because there's not much for you to do in the forest. I don't know if I said... I can't remember if I said this before or when I did. Basically, there's now multiple different realities of the forest exploding, and I can't remember which one I'm on. It's a bit temporarily, you know, it's a bit wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. So, I've kind of made the decision I probably need to settle the entire forest. And the only reason I want to settle the entire forest is to stop the AI doing it. Because if the AI grabs the settlements, then it will inevitably rebel, the Wood Elves will pop back up, and they'll be all up in my shit, and I don't want that. So we need to basically settle the entire forest. It's going to be a pain in the arse, and the reason it's going to be a pain in the arse is because the replenishment here will be fucking appalling. So what I need to do is get as much replenishment as possible so that I can go in, settle, and then jump out again and heal up. Because obviously settling a province takes huge amounts of your army, and you need to then replenish it back up, which is fine, but we're trying to replenish in this place, which is reduced to 15% casualty replenishment rate. That's pretty harsh. So we're going to have to sort of jump out of the forest to increase that. And during that time, we'll be quite susceptible to potential Bretonnian attack. So I need to just keep an eye on that. Obviously, the Oak of Ages will be very useful because it will be a victory city that we need to win the campaign. And we are quite close now, I think. So we need to get some Chaos Corruption here. Not Chaos Corruption, Skaven Corruption even, here, which is fine. All the others do. Carcassonne and Bordelot need it as well, but to be honest, that'll come with time. The Wood Elves need to be destroyed. I mean, that is very much on the list. It's on, very, very soon it's going to be a tick. Tick. Because it's a bomb. Because it probably has a timing mechanism. Or I imagine they just send a slave in with like a little torch just to light it. Just like go in there and you can be free afterwards. And he's probably like, alright, in he goes, kaboom. That's what I'd do anyway. Pirates of Sartosa, they should be fairly easy to kill. And then we just need 8 of the following settlements. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. 6 for the Oak of Ages. Then we just need 2 more. 7 for Corone, because obviously we'll grab that. And then, well, we've got options here. I mean, Kazakarak, we do actually have, or do we? Did I build it? I didn't build it. We'll have the Vermintide there, so we might actually grab that as well. So, depending on how this goes, we might actually be quite close to the end of the campaign now. Next up, I want to actually play Bretonnia, so I don't know which faction I'll play, but I quite like the Fey Enchantress, actually. So we might do her. But obviously, Luon is the standard, but they've made some changes to Bretonnia, and I really want to give that a try and see if they are any better, because Bretonnia has been a bit of a lackluster faction for quite a while. I've never played them before as well on the YouTube channels, so we'd like to do that. But first, we need to blow up the forest, obviously, so let's end the turn and just take one step closer to that happening. Ah, on the city in Dieterschaffen. There he is. Look at him. What the? Skaven Corruption is here. 25%. Wow. That's quite a lot, actually. We'll pop that there. Just give us a little bit more cash, and we are but 1 turn away. Next turn. Oh. Now there is a Bretonnian army over here. That could be slightly problematic, but we are 1 turn away from getting walls, so we're pretty much fine. We're going right. What I'm going to do is, hello Orion.
Granted access to my halls.
I don't
regret my act of
I don't want access to your halls, mate. It's fine. Thanks very much. Can I have some money?
Fine.
Thank you, Orion. Don't worry. We'll have a peace. We'll have a party to celebrate this little peace deal. It'll go with a bang. The reason I wanted to do that was because I want to jump into the forest to be nice and close to toward Orion here. So we're going to hop over here. Can we? I think we can cut through there. I think that's fine. And we also want to jump in over here. Something like that. So that when the forest explodes, we're nice and close to be able to finish off their armies, knock them out, all that kind of good stuff. Hal! Holy shit, Hal. You're going to get Warforged armor. Let's grab that. That sounds pretty good. And what else do we... Right, okay, so Ulysses needs to get over here ASAP. Let's bring you through here. Beep beep, off we go. Good luck. Skaven Blight, what do we have here? Okay, we could get the Assassin's Hideout. That's a potential. We've got walls coming up. Now, we do have defences at Karak, which means although these guys have got a lot of orc, I don't think they've got much else. I think it's mostly just like bog standard boys. Maybe Orc Boar boys, potentially. But I don't think they've got an awful lot of variety. I think it's just a lot of Orc boys. So I'm not overly concerned. We've also got nukes as well. So in the event that we need to drop some bombs, we need to drop the bomb. Then we can do that, obviously. That could work quite well. To be, I just don't think they're going to be a problem. And then we can mop them up, because they've kind of been sat on our border for a little while. I've kind of considered that we probably had to do something about them eventually. But we should be able to. The dwarves have actually started moving on Manfred, and Manfred is in a bit of trouble because, what's this? Ostermark. Ostermark's actually taken Waldenhof, and then marching on Castle Castle Tempelhof. Now, Manfred does have a lot of armies.
Darkness comes.
Yes, I know it does. But I think with the loss of Castle Drakenhof, that's good, because I mean Castle Drakenhof is currently making about 6k. So as soon as he loses that, he's going to be 6k in the hole. And although the AI does get bonuses to its income, it still uses income. Which means, if I nuke that, I imagine suddenly he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Because I think this army is going to be quite expensive. Because the Vargolf's pretty expensive, Blood Knight's very expensive. It doesn't have a very big empire. I think he's in trouble. I reckon he's going to... Are you guys at war? I don't think you are, but I think nuking Castle Drakenhof is going to be a real issue for Manfred, which is good, because fuck Manfred. Well, that's unexpected. Looks like Teclis has taken Galleon's Graveyard. I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually take Galleon's Graveyard. How's Count Noctilus doing? Are they trading places? Is he laying siege? I think Noctilus, if he loses... It looks like Teclis and Noctilus have like swapped homes, which is going to be probably fine for Noctilus because he quite likes the coast. But Teclis, I don't think it's going to live... He's not really going to like living in a sea town, is he? It's basically like a collection of rocks in the middle of the ocean near a big old whirlpool. He's probably not going to be behind that. He's not going to like that very much. So he's going to be having a little bit of a rough time. But that's good, because he's Teclis, and we don't really like him very much. And what's Manfred up to? Go on, Manfred. Go and sit in Castle Drakenhof for a few turns. It'll be good for you. Get some paperwork done. It'll be fine. Just, go on. That's the wrong castle. Drakenhof. Go to Drakenhof. There's Otto's in there at the moment, but just chuck him out. Just have a nice little, put your feet up for 4 turns or so. And we'll have a nice time, won't we? Uh-oh. Okay, we got... Is that Albric? Is Albric heading in this direction? God, the Bretonnians are massing. Look at this. This isn't good. This is the worst time. Because I really need to grab that forest. Maybe I need to just get like a bog standard lord to go and grab them one by one before the AI does. Last thing I want is the AI... God, they're just sending everyone... Holy crap! The entirety of Bretonia is mobilised. That's not good. What's happening? No, Orion! You're supposed to go and live in the forest. Orion! Why aren't you in your tree? Orion? He's not in his tree. Why isn't he... Why has he got wind of something? Peace treaty. Alright. Orion never leaves his tree. Where the fuck is he going? God damn it, Orion! You're supposed to go and sit in your tree and wait for it to explode. That's vexing. That is very vexing. I think I'll have to hunt him down. I don't think... I don't think we'll be at war with Orion. So Orion will be treeless. And we won't be at war with him because we made a peace treaty. Maybe I shouldn't have made the peace treaty. But then I needed to get into the forest, didn't I? I mean, on the plus side, I think his other army went into the tree. So that should explode. And then we can just go and hunt down Orion and finish him off. Oh, the Doors have retaken Montfort. Well, you know, good for them. And looks like the Black Venom are laying siege. They do have a war. That's a lot of stuff. I say, I'm not particularly bothered about losing Carrot-Kern. I've got no strong feelings about that. The Dwarves seem to be... Oh, you again. Go away. Go on, piss. I don't want a military alliance, you crazy bastard. Why on earth would I... Oh. Okay, it's ticking down. Now, hopefully, this time, the forest will explode, and the game won't crash. Fingers crossed. Big crossy fingers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it's about 2 hours since the forest exploded, or most of it. As you can see, the Oak of Ages and Kingsglade is currently still standing, weirdly enough, and that's because I got a crash. And apparently, this is a crash other people have had. For some reason, the game doesn't like large swaths of territory exploding at the same time. I can kind of understand that, but I spent quite a while trying to salvage the save, basically, to try and make sure that it did actually... You know, at least something exploded. Now, what I found was that if you have this problem yourself, the way to fix it is that you'll get the explosion, a little cutscene bit, and then it'll start juddering. And when it starts sort of lagging a bit, you know you've got about 10 seconds before it crashes. So what you do is you hammer the escape button. You hammer it like your life depends on it, and you get to the save window, and you save your game as quickly as possible. The game will then crash, but the save seems fine. So my guess is maybe the explosions are consuming more memory than the game can deal with. But once it's done, it's fine, but it then has no more memory it can consume. So like the thing is, it's probably like a memory leak, would be my suspicion. And unfortunately, it's taken me 2 hours to get to this point. Obviously, the Oak of Ages and Kingsglade are still standing, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world, and at least I can continue the campaign. So, a bit of a pain. We're going to have to, you know, go old fisticuffs with Orion down there, but it wouldn't be for the first time. So, you know, unfortunately, going to have to leave this episode on a bit of a downer, on a bit of an anticlimactic. Yeah, we blew up some of the forest, but not all of it. I probably could have blown it up, all of it, but as I was trying to save it, because I was using the save from the auto save, which is the end of the turn, which meant that every time I then ended the turn to try and stop the crash, which meant I had to sit through a lot of end turns. I would say a good 50% of my time was just sitting through end turns and telling the Red Duke to go stop it up his arse. Also, he's now dead to me. Oh, he's dead anyway, but he's now very dead to me because I had to turn him down about 30 times, and it has enraged me. So he's dead. He's dead. So is the lizard man in Lustria, who keeps asking me things. Orion's definitely fucking dead. And I'm going to trash the rest of this forest and love every second of it. But maybe from now on, we'll blow up Castle Drakenhof, obviously, and the Moot, because the idea of little hairy feet raining down on me is quite appealing. But then maybe we'll just, you know, Vermintide it. Might be the safer option, potentially. But unfortunately, that's where we're going to have to leave it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Clan Skryre Campaign.